Kim Soo-hyun made his first public appearance and comments at the press conference addressing the recent controversy surrounding the late Kim Sae-ron. On March 31 at 4:30 p.m. Korea Standard Time, Kim Soo-hyun appeared in a simple suit with a serious expression. As soon as he entered, the room was filled with flashing cameras as he stood before the reporters. He began by bowing deeply at a 90-degree angle, showing respect to the reporters and those watching, before taking a seat. Once seated, he spoke for the first time about the controversy, apologizing for the suffering caused by the situation and addressing Kim Sae-ron's passing. "Hello, this is Kim Soo-hyun. First of all, I want to apologize. Too many people are suffering because of me right now. And I feel like the deceased is unable to rest in peace, which makes me feel terrible." Kim Soo-hyun also stated that if he could go back in time, he would still make the same decision to keep his relationship with Kim Sae-ron private. "When I debuted as an actor, I received so much love. I never had much to protect, but suddenly, I had so much to hold on to. Even during the airing of Queen of Tears, I had a lot to protect as the male lead. I wondered what would happen if I admitted to being in a relationship with the deceased. What would happen to the cast? The staff working tirelessly? The production company that invested in the show? My management company? What would happen to all of them?" Every time there was a conflict between Kim Soo-hyun the person and Kim Soo-hyun the celebrity, I made the decision that seemed best for the celebrity. And it terrified me every day, the weight of these decisions. I deeply regret that, but even if I could go back to when the show was airing, I would make the same choices. If you call these decisions cowardly or selfish, I accept that. And I apologize to all who loved and supported me. Kim Soo-hyun also confirmed his relationship with Kim Sae-ron, expressing regret for initially denying it when she posted a selfie of them together. "I consider myself a coward. All this time, I've focused on protecting what I have. I failed to recognize the kindness extended to me and was afraid of losing everything. I've been hiding, and it took me a long time to come here. I've wondered how things might have been if I'd held a press conference right from the beginning. I could have spared fans who loved and supported me, as well as the staff at my management company, from suffering. Each time a revelation about me and the deceased came out, I thought, I'll tell everything tomorrow, I'll end this nightmare. But I hesitated every time. I was afraid of what might happen afterward. What if I ruin everything?" When Queen of Tears was airing, and the deceased posted a photo of us together, I felt the same. The deceased and I were in a relationship for about a year, 5 years ago, 4 years before Queen of Tears aired. At that time, I denied our relationship, and I believe I deserve the criticism for my actions. However, I could not bring myself to admit to something that was not true simply because I was threatened. Now, I will address the matter that everyone has been most concerned about. I did not date the late Kim Sae-ron when she was a minor. If I have done anything wrong, I am fully prepared to take responsibility, as that is the right thing to do. However, I cannot admit to something I did not do. The recordings and testimonies that the family presents as evidence were fabricated after the controversy began. The same applies to the KakaoTalk messages they initially revealed. These messages contain numerous factual inaccuracies. For example, the photo they claimed was taken in 2016 was actually from 2019. The late Kim Sae-ron, of all people, would not have misstated our age gap. Additionally, she would not have made mistakes regarding the name and contract period of her agency, an agency she was with for 4 years. She also did not participate in casting or directing for my agency. Recently, the family held a press conference where they presented KakaoTalk messages, claiming they were from me and Kim Sae-ron. They are using these 2016 messages to falsely accuse me of being a pedophile, suggesting I groomed minors. They also claim to have submitted these messages to forensics for analysis, with the results showing that the messages were tampered with. However, the person in the 2016 messages is not the same as the person in the 2018 messages. To verify this, I submitted both the 2016 and 2018 messages provided by the family, as well as my own recent chats with acquaintances, to a reputable forensic institution for analysis. The result: the institution concluded that the person in the 2016 messages is not the same as the person in the 2018 messages. This has been the most painful part of this entire controversy. Every time my agency and I respond to the family's accusations, they suddenly release new recordings made after the controversy began. They manipulate timelines, release selectively edited chat images, and continue to fabricate statements and evidence. I am willing to accept any criticism for the choices I have made, but that does not mean falsehoods can be accepted as truth. Just as I had my messages scientifically verified, I will ensure that every piece of evidence presented by the family is thoroughly examined by investigative authorities. If their claims are true, I urge them to submit everything to law enforcement for proper legal scrutiny. Even now, there are people who depend on me, people I am responsible for. I see them suffering and breaking down every day. I fear what new fabricated evidence and false testimonies will be used against me next. But if I were to give in and accept falsehoods as truth, would not only betray myself but also everyone who has ever believed in me. I will not ask for your trust, but I promise I will prove the truth. Thank you. As the press conference went underway, the actor became emotional and broke down in tears. In particular, the actor was criticized for his behavior at the press conference and his tears, which they thought meant he was playing the victim and that it seemed like he was playing a role in a K-drama rather than genuine emotion for the scale of the controversy. Some even called his tears fake and made references to his K-drama Queen of Tears.